Good morning, viewers. Now, I would just like to highlight and explain the importance why learning and understanding about frauds and awareness of frauds is important. So I have uploaded several videos and PPTs on this subject in past 6 years. I am showing interest on this to spread this fraud awareness. The thing is, we all know that the development of technology is responsible and for both the development as well as, just as you say, the boon and the bane. And this COVID 19 situation is another aspect that is helping the fraudsters to do online frauds, and the cyber crimes have increased and all this one. See, the thing is, the importance of fraud awareness is highlighted under the present circumstances much more, as most of the organizations are still working online and working from home, and so this is facilitating the hackers and fraudsters to commit frauds equally sitting at home. The thing is, we all know what fraud is. See, fraud is nothing but cheating someone who has placed a trust in you. Okay, and so it is very simple. And so the fraudsters have the ability of social engineering. That's why all these cyber crimes happen. See, they influence the people into believing what they say, and unfortunately, most of these people who get cheated are the elderly people, senior citizens, and also the youngsters who impulsively act. Suppose some even a text message or something comes, even though there's the government and other agencies are continuously saying, warning not to pay heed to such things, or any emails that come to immediately respond and all that. Still, the temptation is such, and these fraudsters trick the people, where they play on the human psychology, and they do in such a way that many of these millennials and the elderly people and all get trapped and lose monies. So that is a whole situation which we have to bring to the notice of the public repeatedly, again and again, just like college, or where the lessons are repeatedly given by the teacher. Uh, this awareness also still, unfortunately, in my last 6 years of exposure to this subject, and I find still not many are taking cognizance or recognition of the importance. And day in and day out, you open newspaper or a news item, you keep on seeing these frauds. See, we all know there are various frauds, and the highest frauds that you see day in and day out, the cyber crimes, cyber online crimes, or crime, you call it crime or fraud, whatever, and also the bank frauds. See, bank frauds are, in my opinion, mostly for not monitoring up to the standards of a given advance, is one of the reasons. Others is there may be at different some level collusion between somebody inside, just like an insider trading of stock markets. Even in frauds, also there is a element of insiders knowingly or unknowingly or under pressure from still top people, hand and glove becoming with the intended perpetrator of the fraud. So we have seen thousands of crores that have gone astray, and those people who have the accused fraudsters. who are in UK now. Okay, we very well know these instances. The thing is, the bankers, out of my experience, that they don't have enough time to monitor. There should be an external agency to monitor the advances given. It is mainly diversion of funds for their various other purposes, legal or illegal, whatever, or money laundering and all these things. There is no scope for thing, and till the cat is out of the bag and it becomes out of proportion, and unfortunately the business doesn't succeed. All these things will happen, or somebody accidentally comes across the fraud. So the thing is, it is from an individual to a small corporate to a big corporate. Yeah, whether it is online, and it could be at from the bank side, the advances given, and so there is no end to this. I think, despite having all policies, procedures, warnings, still people get carried away. Okay, when they process, they use trickery, their tricks, the psychology it is very important to understand not only the psychology of a fraudster from fraud examiner's point of view, but the fraudster also is intelligent to understand the psychology of the victims. So what will happen is, it is a question of playing with minds. So those which are who are weak, or who are tempted, or they fall into the trap. Okay, and there are these. There is no end to it. And secondly, with the development of the technology and everything on online, these everything we are doing the work nowadays on online. We do the transactions online, and all these social media like Facebook, especially, they are all where there is identity. Okay, the identities are hidden, and people misrepresent themselves, and in some cases there will be threats. So all these things are there. So what is needed as a basic protection against all this one is to be aware and to be on the guard, not to get tempted. Suppose suddenly an email yeah, comes, it should be checked, double and cross checked. For example, an accounts officer gets an email from his boss saying that you remit so and so amount when he is out of the country or out of the station. Then normally it so happens, unfortunately, that they, without checking with their another person or colleague or somebody, they simply send the amount. And there are instances where it is monitored by some fraudsters that when the boss is not there, they understand the organization, they make their total planning and do that one. And when this man sends the money, and afterwards the money goes, and it is untraceable. So it's all playing with the human psychology. And so that is the important element of eliminating this one, is to constantly get into the minds of the public and everybody concerned, not to get carried away, like these Ponzi schemes. Okay, we know the biggest Ponzi scheme, Daniel Madoff, who made $70 billion. He cheated, from friends to relations to public to everywhere. The thing is, he simply played with the psychology and the people, and then